the angel who destroyed 185,000 soldiers. Night did not fall quietly over the Assyrian camp. It pressed down heavy, unnatural, like the air itself was holding its breath. 185,000 soldiers lay confident beneath the stars. Hardened warriors, conquerors of nations, men who had crushed cities and mocked kings. They slept believing the morning would bring another victory. They did not know that heaven had already decided otherwise. Before we go any further, like this video, share it with someone who needs to remember the power of God, and subscribe to the Bible Project for more cinematic Bible stories brought to life. What happened that night was not a battle. There were no clashing swords, no arrows in the dark, no cries of alarm echoing through the tents. It was judgment, silent, precise, unstoppable, and it was carried out by a single angel. Jerusalem was surrounded. The Assyrian Empire stood at its gates, the most feared military force of the ancient world. Their king, Sennacherib, had already conquered fortified cities. Refugees flooded Jerusalem with stories of slaughter and humiliation. Nations had fallen like dry grass before this army. Humanly speaking, the outcome was certain. Inside the city, fear spread through the streets. Walls felt thinner. Prayers felt smaller. Parents whispered to their children at night, wondering if dawn would come with chains. But one voice rose above the panic. Isaiah the prophet. He did not speak strategy. He did not rally troops. He did not call for negotiation. He delivered a message from God Himself. This city will not fall. I will defend it. To the Assyrians, it sounded laughable. To Jerusalem, it sounded impossible. To heaven, it was already settled. As darkness deepened, the Assyrian camp relaxed. Fires burned low. Weapons were stacked neatly. Victories were rehearsed in dreams. The army slept without watchfulness because who could challenge them? Then the atmosphere shifted, not with wind, not with thunder, but with presence. A weight pressed down on the earth, subtle at first, then absolute. The air thickened, as though creation itself recognized an authority it could not resist. And then He arrived. The Bible gives Him no personal name, no lineage, no origin story. It simply calls Him the angel of the Lord, a being not sent to warn, not sent to negotiate, not sent to persuade, sent to act. He did not descend with noise. He did not announce Himself. Holiness does not need an introduction. Where He stood, darkness recoiled, not fleeing, but folding inward, like light being swallowed by something greater. His presence bent the air. The ground beneath Him seemed to recognize its maker and tremble. He carried no visible weapon. He did not need one. This angel was not powered by strength, but by authority, the kind that ends resistance without effort. One moment, the Assyrian camp existed as it always had. The next, it did not. Scripture does not describe a struggle. It does not describe a fight. It simply states the outcome. When morning came, 185,000 soldiers were dead, not wounded, not scattered, not defeated in battle, dead in a single night, without alarm, without escape, without explanation. An empire woke up to silence so complete it must have felt unreal. Armor lay untouched. Tents stood intact. Weapons remained unused. There were no signs of violence, only the unmistakable absence of life. One angel had passed through the camp, and an army had ceased to exist. This is not the first time the angel of the Lord appears this way. Throughout Scripture, whenever he is present, human strength collapses. When he appeared to Gideon, fear overtook courage. When he stood before Balaam, even a donkey sensed what a prophet did not. When he revealed himself to Samson's parents, they fell to the ground, convinced they would die simply for having seen him. This angel does not threaten. His presence is the threat. Because holiness exposes reality, and reality is unbearable without grace. What makes this moment even more terrifying is what the angel does not do. He does not pursue survivors. He does not continue destruction beyond his assignment. He does not act in rage. He stops because judgment obeys God's limits. This was not vengeance. It was precision. The Assyrians were not destroyed because God is cruel. They were destroyed because they had defied him openly, mocked him publicly, and threatened his covenant people while assuming he was powerless to intervene. They discovered too late that heaven does not operate on human timelines. By morning, King Sennacherib fled. The unstoppable empire retreated in humiliation. No counterattack followed. No resistance rose. The siege was over not because Jerusalem fought, but because God acted. This is the part modern readers struggle with. A single angel, an entire army. One night, but Scripture is clear. The unseen realm is not symbolic, it is superior. What humans call power is fragile. What heaven commands is final. Why does the Bible record this story? Not to terrify believers, but to reframe reality. Because many people imagine angels as soft, harmless beings, gentle messengers with glowing wings and peaceful expressions. The Bible presents something far more serious. Angels are agents of God's will. Some bring comfort, some bring guidance, some bring rescue, and some bring judgment so decisive it reshapes history overnight. The angel of the Lord stands at the edge between mercy and justice, acting only when God commands, stopping exactly when God says enough. And here is the most important truth in this story. The same God who sent that angel to defend Jerusalem is the God who watches over his people today. The same authority that silenced an empire still reigns. The same throne that issued judgment that night has never been challenged since. When God delays, it is not because he is weak. When God is silent, it is not because he is absent. When evil appears powerful, it is not because heaven is losing. Sometimes one angel is already on the move. The Assyrians learned in a single night what the world often forgets. History does not belong to armies. It does not belong to kings. It does not belong to empires. It belongs to God. And when He decides to act, no force seen or unseen can stop Him. This is the story of the angel who destroyed 185,000 soldiers. Not a myth, not a legend, not a metaphor. A reminder written into Scripture so that fear would never have the final word. If this story reawakened your sense of awe, reverence, or trust in God's power, stay with us. Subscribe to the Bible Project for more cinematic journeys into Scripture. Because the Bible is not just ancient history, it is a revelation of the unseen forces that still govern the world today.